Hi guys, I just wanted to take a minute and I wanted to talk to you about different methods of application for our foundation, but really any foundation. Everyone likes different tools. I use a couple of different brushes. I use a sponge, I use my fingers, I use whatever works. Obviously, I don't use my fingers on clients as much as I do on myself. Because it's a little unsanitary, but there's certain things that I do, like blend in certain areas. I'll use my fingers. So as I've told you before, our foundation is wax based. This is my color Shinto 1, and I want to show you a couple of different ways of applying it. I apply straight out of the palette. I have kind of a traditional foundation brush that I use. I also have a little buffer brush that I use. My blenderful sponge, which is great. It is kind of egg-shaped and then has a flat bottom, so it's not just round. And a little bit of something about the blenderful. This one's damp. I've already dampened it. And this one's dry. You can see that it's really kind of double the size. So you want it to be damp. You can use it dry, you're just gonna get a different effect. I like mine damp. Some people also apply our foundation with just like a fluffy brush, so I'll show you that too. I've already washed and moisturized my face. I'm just gonna put a little, I'm gonna keep saying apparently, a little bit of must do on my face. Rub the rest into my hands, why not? And I'm going to show you in different areas because you can get full coverage with any of these techniques, but honestly I mix them most of the time. I mix them on my clients, I mix them on myself. I'll grab one brush and I'll start that way, and then I'll grab another brush. I'm going to start with a traditional foundation brush. It's dry, it's clean, and really I just get it in the palette and I work it in a little bit. And I dab. I dab, and with the very tips of the bristles, I go in circles. I want a little more coverage right there. And with this brush I can get in around the eye. I also use this product for my eyeshadow primer. But you see nice coverage. So that's brush number 1. I'll show you this really quick. And just like that, it's on. It gives you a nice soft finish. All of these brushes, if you finish kind of with a light hand, gives you a nice soft finish. And I know for my forehead it's kind of hard to see, but you're starting to see like where the coverage is happening. I'll also take this and I'll sometimes very lightly go over an area to give it a more airbrushed effect. And then the last one. Going through this kind of quick because my baby is sleeping. So, and with a beauty blender, really you want to dab. You're not going to wipe, because with wiping you'll get streaks. My mirror is right below here. You just dab. And someone asked me a funny question today. So when you're using the foundation and your sponge is wet, do you have to worry about water getting in your foundation? The answer is no. This is wax based. It's not going to hold water. If it also doesn't seal completely, so any water that's left on there from the sponge is going to evaporate. I'm just blending in different areas. One of the other, see? That was a couple of different ways to get coverage. This isn't fully covered. I can always add more and make it more full coverage. It's a beautiful thing about this foundation is that it's buildable coverage. You can mix it with some Must Do, or I like One Drop Wonder, and make it a sheer coverage. Or you can apply it direct out of the pan, and depending on how many layers you add, you can make it full coverage. Oh, this poor eye is looking all pink. Let's blend him in too. That easy. And you see, this is a more sheer coverage, and this is a full coverage. Oh, makes me look so pale. And that was 4 really quick, really easy ways to apply foundation.